What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So Grand Slam Tbilisi is in the books and it was a good one. Some good turnouts, especially from the Georgians, and actually the Uzbekistan team, they had some good results as well. The B team for Japan, not so flash, lots of bronze medals but no golds, so that's kind of interesting. Alright guys, let's get into the Ippons. Some interesting ones. I've included a couple of wazaris as well that I think of Ippons, and some weird calls as well. There's one especially against Lombardo from Italy, and I'm not too sure, so let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, this Ippon here, not sure what to call it, but flying bear hug, we'll go with that. Here we see Koga Genki getting a nice Taniatoshi. Interesting grip. Chick Femiani took the grip around the back, and then Koga just used it beautifully. I'm still undecided about Koga. I'm not sure if he's going to be good on the international scene or not. A lot of Japanese players, they can be amazing within Japan and then just kind of struggle on the international scene. Here's one of the younger Georgians. I guess you got to call this Obi Tori Gaishi because he's got the belt. Obi meaning belt, so not a usual Sumi Gaishi, but Obi Tori Gaishi. Interesting grip with a cross grip under the armpit. Very, very interesting. Chick Femiani can't believe he's lost. And this was in the final against Nozazi, and Nozazi just pulled out this incredible seoi-nage. Really awkward grips. That is so awkward. I don't even know how to describe what he's got, but it's Georgian-esque, I guess. They've got the hand around the back, on the belt, looking for a big ashiwaza. Very technical in that regard. And this Ochigari here, look at the leg. It doesn't even sweep the foot. This next one, a running Sore Surikomi Goshi. Look how fast he runs. It's crazy. Picks him up 1, 2, 3 steps, and then he throws him. That's pretty crazy. This next one is just insane. Probably one of the greatest Ippons of the tournament. But I'm not sure what to call it. I want to call it a Yagura Nage, but there's no foot. He just kind of picks him up. I know there's a name for this. I see the Russians do it quite a lot, but watch the hand come across the belt as it goes over the top, and then just picks him up and dumps him. This next one, guys, it's just crazy. I don't know what to call it. So, time for a plug. If you need a VPN, NordVPN, use the code Judo. Sometimes judo tournaments are region locked on YouTube and you need to just access your computer in a different location around the world. So NordVPN is great for that. I use it all the time. Vieru now, one of the most stylistic judoka on the tour, and I love the fake he does. It's a Taiotoshi fake into a Kosoto, and then just drops down here for the Morote Seoi-nage so quickly. There's a clip here next with Tanaka with his Seoi-nage, and they're pretty similar. Pretty similar. Vieru, he's definitely got the skills, the strategy. He's a really, really high-level judoka. Wouldn't be surprised if Vieru took gold in 2024. And this setup, it's subtle for the Uchimata, but watch the little sidestep after the fake here. These sidesteps here reminds me a little bit of Maruyama. Beautiful entry. And this one, can you believe that this is a wazari? How is this a wazari? They cancelled it afterwards, but I couldn't believe that this was not an Ippon. Big Ogoshi now from Chick Femiani. Interesting entry. Kind of goes across like a Taiotoshi, but keeps his legs within his opponent's. Guess you gotta call it an Ogoshi because of the hand around the back of the belt, but who am I? I don't know how to categorize these techniques. Gotta go to the All Japan Judo Federation channel for that. And here's Nozazi. Nice Kochi Makikomi, I guess. Kochi Gari maybe. Straight into the Juji. And he got blue, tapping very quickly. Here's Koga now, a little bit of newaza. Bow and arrow choke. Using the feet well to control the hands. So Koga, he's got really good newaza. I think a lot of people don't think of him as a newaza specialist, but I think he should utilize it more. I think he could learn a lot from someone like Cass, who knows how to get people to the ground and then initiate the newaza. He's kind of got this gap between his throws and how to get people down to the ground. And look at this. This is just a really, really unique tomoinage by Oyoshi. So you see his left foot go in the usual position, but he's also using his right foot to sweep the opposite side foot on the inside as well, so double hooks there. Really interesting. And this is the awkward call. And they give it to blue, but I think Lombardo has a case here for a Tani Otoshi, maybe? This is in the final now, Oyoshi vs. Shavdat Tuashvili. Shavdat Tuashvili is just... he knows how to win. It's incredible. Very, very nice. Uranage here. Goes in for the kosoto and then knee under knee. Lifts him up beautifully. And this is in the final. Grigolashvili. I don't think anyone expected, you know, him to lose in this kind of way against the Korean. Lee's really interesting. He has a lot of techniques that are not traditional in terms of Korean judo. Nice Uchimata here. And Givanashvili, I was happy he took gold because I think he should have more golds to his name. He's got a beautiful kochigari. I love how he hooks up these grips, really deep grips, deep on the tricep, and then just hooks that foot shin against shin. Beautiful way to do it. Here we see a harakajime. Look at that, gets some tapping, beautiful work. Givanashvili again here. And he's kind of evolved his game, brings in a kataguruma now. Obviously we saw the kochigari. He used to be big koshiwaza, big uranages, but he's got a lot of techniques in his arsenal now and some good newaza too. This next clip is kind of more reminiscent of what Givanashvili used to do, just pick people up and slam them on their backs. This is a big uranage, probably the biggest one of the tournament. Mukai now, and this is another call that I'm not sure. They gave it to Papanashvili, but you can see he gets the leg in there for the kochi, but I'm not sure if there's enough control. Mukai initiated it too, so I'm not quite sure I like that call. Here he's in the repechage now. Beautiful Seoi Otoshi. And people don't like it that I call it a Seoi Otoshi, but that's what people would call it in Japan. He drops down, that leg is on the outside. He's not standing up like a Tai Otoshi. Beautiful, beautiful work. And Mukai's another one. They said some mean things about him in the commentary. You can check out the community page, I made a little post about it, but he's someone who struggles on the international scene a little bit. But in Japan, he's definitely one of the best at under 90s. So we've got to give him the respect that he deserves. Here's that kochi again. Givanashvili against Toth in the final. And I thought this could have been an Ippon. They gave it a wazari, but he rolls him over at the end here. And this is a huge ogoshi from the big man. Look at this. Gets the grip on the lapel, jumps in there with the hip, and the Kazakh judoka just flies over. Blue now. He's got the sleeve, jumps him for an osoto. You don't see this too often, but this is a definite classic example of an osoto otoshi. Goes in for the uchimata, turns it into a ochigari, and watch Blue's leg. That could have been really bad. Oh, I love the fake into the haraigoshi. Haraigoshi makikomi. Watch the fake on the outside. The little kosoto fake. Throws the arm over the top into the makikomi. Bit more newaza now. On the top, grabbing the pants, looking for a bow and arrow, which usually you like to roll your opponent over, but no need to roll him over here. just does it in that top position. Lovely Tani Otoshi here. Beautiful work. Wraps the hand. Dives in there. Looking for a big uranage now. And I don't even want to call this an uranage. That is a full-on suplex. Look at that. That's huge. And he's ecstatic too. I love it. Another bit of newaza here. And people are getting good at attacking the turtle now. See lots of people, they've got all sorts of chokes, turnovers. And this is a kind of a mixed variation where he's looking to sync up a choke and a turnover at the same time with the hooks in there, but opted to go for the choke instead. Big front Uchimata now by Margvelashvili. Just once he had the grips, he went for it. And you don't want to get close to these Georgians. Once they get that sort of a grip, it is over. This next one, unfortunate for Boltabayev, but Lee showing he's a force on the scene. Gets that nice seoinage. So he pulled out a lot of tricks during the tournament, but he's got the seoinage like all the Koreans do in the back pocket. Use it whenever he wants. And Toth now with the lovely kochigari. And you don't see it often going backwards like that. I know a lot of people teach it that way, but you don't have to see the walking backwards kochigari. Lovely ochigari here, grip and go. Big haraigoshi coming up, maybe ashiguruma maybe. But you can see that blue just doesn't like the grip that white has. High up on the neck with that lapel hand. And he's trying to run away from it, but instead he just ended up running on to white's wonderful, wonderful Ippon. Similar situation now. A little bit faster, a little bit more impact. And that is a big, big throw. Gotta hurt that one. Walking to the side, walking him onto the throw. Just throws that leg out there. This next clip, quite interesting. Golden score. And Tanaka against Vieru. Tanaka goes in for that incredibly quick seoinage, but just gets put in an awkward position. And then Vieru, I mean, he just locks in this sankaku pin. And Tanaka tried his best to get out of it, but it just wasn't happening. So, very opportune, experienced decision by Vieru. But Tanaka showed his stuff. This is for a bronze medal. Just biffing his opponent over his shoulder with this sore surikomigoshi. He just exploded off his back. A lot of power Tanaka possesses. And this is an interesting one, a makikomi. And I love what the Georgians do. They always stab their hip in there, look for the big throw. But then if they can't get it, they just drop down to their knees and look to roll people over. This next one's pretty crazy. But I am seeing a lot more of this kind of kataguruma where people are picking people up off the floor. It's crazy. If you've seen Shamailov do it from Israel, it's insane. It's insane. This one from Boltabayev, in my opinion, probably should have been an Ippon. I think he had really good control on the way down. And landed him on his back, no? So, Ippon to Boltabayev, in my opinion. Great counter here. A Kosotogake counter to the big hip throw that comes in. You know, even though he's got the higher grip and the higher posture, when that hip comes in, he drops his weight so quickly. And if you're lower than the hips, it's going to be very hard for them to pick you up. Lovely classical example of a tomoinage here. Kind of an awkward grip around the armpit, but rolls him over perfectly. You almost think he's not going to get him over, but that last little rotation on the mat as he spins his back over. Watch the rotation here. Right here, that's all he needed. Beautiful tomoinage. And just the last couple of Ippons here, guys. Beautiful kochigari, by the way. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments. And sorry, there's no female Ippons in this video. I had some technical difficulties. They're fixed. We're getting back into action, so there'll be more videos coming. But if you want to help me out, send Judo Base an email and say, hey, can you guys get the videos up on Judo Base earlier or sooner? It seems they've changed their system a little bit, and that's been a bit of a problem for me. Anyway, guys, this is the last one. A nice little counter by Oyoshi Ken. I'll see you guys in the next one. Lots of highlights coming. And let me know in the comments if you've got a request, and I'll see what I can do. Peace.